Derek Savage, Daddy Derek. If you are listening to this and you see that we have created a podcast that is 1 hour long, which is 3 times the runtime of the masterpiece that you created, we are sorry. Please don't sue us.
Please. I promise we loved it.
We loved it. And today we were watching Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus.
That's today on Banquet at the Flum Dumpster.
How drab, how dull critique can be. It's begging and pleading for apathy. The good, the bad, the in-between. And nothing is everyone's cup of tea. No time to waste, there's things to do. But Jared and Eric are happy too. They'll suffer the worst of films for you. So enter the strangest of banquet rooms.
Hello, cool cats.
And dirty dogs.
And dirty dogs. This is a day I have been waiting for. This is a day that I have been waiting for ever since the very first day that we watched the cinematic masterpiece Cool Cat Saves the Kids. All those years ago, I knew one day there would be a sequel, and I have been following news of the production of this sequel ever since then. I am pumped.
So, for people who don't know what Cool Cat Saves the Kids is, it is...
Who doesn't know that? Cool Cat is a pop cultural icon, Eric.
Okay.
Everybody knows who Cool Cat is.
So, for those who don't, just like the people who have been living under the cultural rock.
The absolute bottom of the rock.
Cool Cat is a character created by Daddy Derek.
Derek Mother Flippin' Savage.
Yes. Who is a kid's superhero.
Cool Cat, not Daddy Derek. Cool Cat the kid's... Cool Cat is the kid's superhero. Daddy Derek is Cool Cat's daddy.
Yes,
and that's biological daddy, not in a sexual sense.
Yeah, way to make Cool Cat Saves the Kid weird, Jared.
I'm sorry. You imply that Cool Cat was not already weird.
So the moral that you really need to take from Cool Cat Saves the Kid is that Cool Cat loves kids.
He loves kids.
And he has a great song in that masterpiece. It features Vivica A. Fox and is it Eric Estrada?
I think it's Eric Estrada.
Yeah, and two actors who
D-list
needed a paycheck.
Actors.
No, like once could carry a movie, now are just sitting in lawn chairs going, now where is Cool Cat?
There he is! I'm sorry, it's been how many years, and I'm still so excited by Cool Cat Saves the Kids. I haven't even watched this movie for a second time all the way through.
Yeah,
I am
but
still so pumped.
It is it's amazing to see how this Daddy Derek has carried the momentum through his ridiculous posts, basically assaulting people online for insulting his movies.
Well, the thing is, this movie, because it's such a disaster piece, it garnered a good deal of cult attention, and it garnered a lot of people making YouTube videos about it. And so what happened was that Daddy Derek was upset about that, and he threw around a lot of copyright strikes and got himself a good deal of, negative fan attention, where, these videos that were ultimately, promoting his movie and bringing attention to it were met with unfavorable response by the creator of the original film. Now, of course, I can't exactly blame him for getting upset because the videos were not exactly describing his movie in a very favorable light.
Yeah, for one example, I believe one of the videos was called "Your Movie Sucks." Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
That was the channel.
Okay,
And
yeah,
that was actually a pretty big. I watched all of I mean, I don't know if he's made any since, but I followed that saga between Your Movie Sucks and Derek Savage.
Oh yeah.
And I think there was another channel called I Hate Everything that was vaguely connected to this somehow. A little bit when it was big. I don't know if there's been any developments in the past couple of years. But,
well, there have been developments on the Derek Savage side.
Okay,
because...
but I think we need to describe a little bit more about Cool Cat Saves the Kids. And I think
we want to just foreground the fact that after Cool Cat Saves the Kids, Daddy Derek promised us Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting.
Well, he promised us a couple of things.
Yeah, he promised us Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting. I think it was gun safety for women.
No, gun safety for women is already out. We just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
That'll be a future episode.
Now we have Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus. But yeah, we can go back to what made Cool Cat Saves the Kids
I think that the thing
memorable.
I think the thing that we need to say about Cool Cat Saves the Kids is that the tagline of the film was a kids anti-bullying / gun safety film.
Yes.
And I think that tells our listener, the 2% of our listeners who have never heard of Cool Cat Saves the Kids, a good deal about Cool Cat Saves the Kids, the kind of movie this is. This is a movie with a message.
Yeah. And I think that one of the great things to come from the Derek Savage saga following the bad reviews of Cool Cat that brought viewers like us to watch the movie was that he went fully against the message in his movie by
pulling out a gun, and that is a joke for legal reasons. That is a joke. Derek Savage, please do not sue me. Derek Savage, I love your movie.
Yeah. We are in for a treat, though. I think it's important to note that what we're about to watch is fully available on YouTube as of this recording, and it is 20 minutes long.
It is 20 minutes long, and quite notably, for the sake of context, I have opened up the YouTube video to make sure that it works. The very first thing is an FBI anti-piracy warning.
Yeah. So everyone be warned about that, because that will get you in prison.
It will get you in piracy.
Yeah. It's Daddy Derek doesn't mess around.
Please stop calling him Daddy Derek.
If we don't watch this movie, if you watch this movie and he does not refer to himself as Daddy Derek, then I will stop calling him that. But as far as I'm concerned, that is how he advertises himself, and I'm not one to quibble with chosen names.
It will be interesting to see if Derek Savage takes any, for lack of a better term, lessons from the original Cool Cat. Because I already know that he re-edited Cool Cat Saves the Kids to re-release it as Cool Cat Kids Superhero, which, as I understand it, is basically the same film, a little bit more polished with maybe an extra scene or two thrown in there.
Yeah.
We have not seen Cool Cat Kids Superhero.
No, but I feel like we have seen Cool Cat Kids Superhero.
Okay, but let's talk a little bit more about what we're expecting to get out of Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus, because there are a couple of things that I know about this movie walking in, namely that it has in some form a cliffhanger ending that will lead directly in to Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting, which is a film that has
didn't
not...
know that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just spoil that for you?
You should have started with a spoiler alert for me and our listeners. That you just said, here's what I know about it. The ending of the movie. I know the ending.
I don't know what the ending is. I just know
I was
that
going to
it's...
say, the only thing that I know about it is that there is a really, really sick rap that I have heard a clip of in his promotional videos that I cannot wait for. And that is not a spoiler, because that is in the trailer, and it's there to get you to watch the movie.
I mean, Derek Savage, in every single video that he made about Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus, said that it would lead directly into Cool Cat Stops a School shooting.
Yeah.
He said...
I didn't know there was a cliffhanger.
I mean, I don't know if there's a cliffhanger, but I assume that's what he means by it.
I just assume that what's going to happen at the end of it is, like, Cool Cat sees something off in the distance and says, I better go fix that. Bye-bye, kids. Runs off the screen, the kids wave and go, man, I wonder what Cool Cat's going to get up to next. And then it just pops up with a title card. Coming soon, Cool Cat stops a school shooting.
No, what they're going to do is they're going to do it like the MCU does it. They're going to have a little title come up after the credits saying, Cool Cat will return in Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting.
Right, yes. But I think that, I don't know if that would count as a cliffhanger.
I mean, okay, maybe I took some creative liberties saying that there would be a cliffhanger. I don't know if there will be a cliffhanger. I do know that will lead directly into Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting, and I assume that will involve a cliffhanger. We will see if I am correct, but that is speculation.
There is only one way to find out.
Oh, I'm not done. I'm not done. There's more that I have to say, because I also know that this is the film that introduces Cool Cat's antithesis, Dirty Dog.
His arch nemesis.
His arch nemesis. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to how Derek Savage has described this film as showing, quote, both sides of the coronavirus issue. I've also heard anecdotally, I don't remember where, that Derek Savage is an individual with some questionable feelings about the coronavirus. So that will be interesting to watch. I'm so excited for this movie. I've wanted this for so long. You can tell that we're excited
because we've dedicated a full recording to a 20-minute video that's going to be longer than that 20 minutes. But I think we got to watch this. I think we have earned the right to watch this, having followed this for so many years.
I want nothing more.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Our full spoiler-filled, very spoiler-filled analysis will follow this short instrumental break.
Remain on the edge of your seat in a moment. Your hosts will return with the fruits of their suffering. Every last thought that is currently buffering too. The time has arrived, their opinions will now debut.
That was worth the wait.
That was worth so much!
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh
okay,
my
okay,
god.
okay.
That was fucking perfect.
We are going to go into so many spoilers because this is a 20-minute movie. We need to talk about every single scene because every single minute was perfect.
First thing that I'll say, there will be full spoilers in this portion. Just go watch the movie now. There will be no non-spoiler section of this discussion. Go watch it. It's on YouTube, unless it's been taken down by now.
Which it might have, and we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. It is freaking glorious. It is absolute perfection. It is the
Yeah.
greatest thing that I have ever seen. It is a masterpiece of cinematic genius.
Yeah.
Derek Savage is an auteur.
This
movie
I think
is
we could say
art.
that because he's now produced two unique but like completely in line. Like that's what an auteur does. You have two works that follow the same line and just tonally fit into the same, I want to say, universe. I think that's what defines an auteur, and he has nailed that.
I will say, as someone currently pursuing a PhD in cinema and media studies, that is not what defines an auteur.
This defines an auteur.
But
it
Derek
is.
Savage is an auteur. But he's not.
No.
As a film scholar, he's not. But he's an auteur.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the real question of whether or not Derek Savage is an auteur will depend on what's his other movie, Gun Safety for Women or something like that.
Gun Safety for Women.
Yeah.
How that stacks up.
That will require that I think we need to watch that now. We need to watch that.
If there's a consistency of vision throughout all three.
Yeah.
Auteur.
That is
end of story.
That is actually much closer to the definition of auteur. Oh my God. How do we even structure this discussion? Because there's so much to talk about.
No, we are going scene by scene. There's no debate about this. This is a 20-minute movie.
Scene by scene? Are
Scene
you
by
sure?
Scene. Yeah. No, we do scene by scene because every single scene is perfect. And I stand by that statement, and we will prove it because... Okay, no, see, I'll start. So we start... We're good with this, right? We got time?
Yeah.
You got time?
Oh,
we're going to go...
This can be an hour-long episode of this podcast. This podcast will be longer than the film itself. I'm already prepared to guarantee that.
Yeah. So, we open, as all good movies do, on the opening credits, which is a drone shot of the suburb where Cool Cat lives. And... we come through the air to where Cool Cat is just punching CGI coronavirus balls.
You're already not going into enough detail because you missed the epic music and the metallic Comic Sans Final Cut Pro effect title.
And it says starring Cool Cat, starring Dirty Dog. And then we see Cool Cat punching coronaviruses out of the air.
You're skipping over the best part of that title credits because it says starring Cool Cat, starring Dirty Dog, written and produced by Derek Savage. And I go, oh, not directed by. Did Derek Savage outsource the directing like George Lucas on the other two Star Wars? And then it says directed by Derek Savage.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
But that is not the best part. The best part about it was actually the logo before, where it was Derek Savage Productions with a world exploding. We need to go back even further. But yes, then the actual best part of the credits, where we get the first shot of Cool Cat literally fighting coronavirus with his bare hands,
like punching little CGI
like
COVIDs.
Giant coronavirus balls out of the air like he's some kind of kid superhero.
The coronavirus balls. Oh, this movie's perfect.
Yeah, no, and so then
we jump into a scene that introduces the one and only, the dirtiest of dogs, Dirty Dog himself. It's a very brief scene. I was a little bit shaken myself.
Yeah.
He threatens to he talks about how he hates all kids and he hates adults too and he hates Cool Cat and coronavirus is a scam. Mm-hmm. Cough, 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 cough. But also he's implied to have COVID.
The whole time, yeah.
The whole time.
It's not implied, it's canon.
I'm prepared to accept that, yeah.
Yeah.
And he says he's going to infect Cool Cat and all his kids with coronavirus.
Yeah.
Which is
not
a totally
Cool Cat's
normal
kids,
thing.
But all the kids.
All of the kids are Cool Cat's kids because all kids belong to Cool Cat because Cool Cat loves all kids.
I just want to make sure that we're clear that Cool Cat is Daddy Derek's biological child, but Cool Cat's kids are not his biological children.
Yes.
Well, but he does love them.
I don't think he actually said that in this movie. Did he say that in
He
this
does.
movie? Okay,
he
good.
does.
He also loves to boogie oogie. We didn't mention that in the...
Oh, it's coming up.
We were describing the character of Cool Cat in the introduction, and I realized when we started watching the movie, we did not mention Cool Cat's defining character trait, which is that Cool Cat loves to boogie oogie.
No, his defining trait is that he loves kids. His secondary trait is that he loves to boogie oogie.
Agree to disagree.
That he is the coolest of cats.
Agree to disagree.
You don't think he's the coolest of cats? I think you have a rap to listen to, sir.
We will get to the raps.
But anyways, we get that. Yeah, let's just go a little quicker on this part because he goes up to Daddy Derek, his actual father, and says, "Do you mind if I go play outside?" Daddy Derek says, "Sure, but go check with Mama Cat because she's cooking dinner or something." While he does something on his computer or whatever. Cool Cat goes outside.
We did not get to see Mama Cat. I was really disappointed by that. I wanted a Mama Cat cameo.
He didn't. No Mama Cat. But I also want to make it clear that Cool Cat and Dirty Dog are both voiced by Derek Savage. I think that we need to just put that out there because it puts everything else into perspective. So yeah, what happens next after that?
Then Cool Cat goes outside to play. He boogie oogies. I think that's the extent of the scene. He goes, "I'm here. I'm boogie oogieing. Hello
Yay!
world. Yay!"
And so after yay, we get, and this I remember from one of his promo videos. He was like, "I want to get this movie funded. I want to get all of this messaging out there, and I need your help." And then he listed out all of the perks, and then he was
on the
so excited.
Kickstarter or what it was.
Yeah, his Kickstarter perks, and he was so excited about this one. He's like, "Oh man, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this." And then he pulls out. He's like, "I'm gonna have a mantle with 4 photos on it, and if you give this much money, you can be one of those 4 photos." And he delivers. Because it's not just a mantle off in the background of the scene or something. It is 4 photos that he pans across, then zooms out to reveal the TV that is showing the news report that you see in every single coronavirus movie ever, of a fake news anchor saying coronavirus is here.
I'm sorry. Are you skipping over?
No, I'm not skipping over.
Okay, good.
Because one of the 4 people, so you get 2 people who submitted, perfectly good, perfectly nice close-ups.
One's
of
a
their
selfie.
Face.
One's a photo of someone's family.
2 selfies. It was 2 selfies.
Well, there was
a family photo. And then somebody in a I want to say $3,000 fursuit.
It's a literal fursuit.
Like a fursona fursuit.
Like furries, like a literal. It's like a wolf. It's a literal fursuit.
And I don't want to speculate here if this is somebody there are 2 options for me here. There could be a fan base of furries who love Cool Cat because Cool Cat is essentially furry culture. Derek Savage got with a cat, someone in a cat suit, and made another cat suit person named Cool Cat. So this is this might be great furry representation.
Can I tangent us for a moment? Because there's a genuine debate to be had about the Cool Cat canon. Is Cool Cat...
No, there's no debate.
No. There is a genuine debate. Is Cool Cat A, an actual cat, or is Cool Cat a furry? This is
I
a
see what you're
serious
saying.
question. Canonically speaking, is Cool Cat a cat, or is Cool Cat an individual who has a particular inclination to constantly be wearing a fursuit of a cat?
I have to think that because of the fact that Mama Cat clearly, like, I think there's a third option that Cool Cat is adopted by Daddy Derek, because I really do not see a lot of traces of Daddy Derek in Cool Cat, and Cool Cat looks exactly like Mama Cat.
You think Daddy Derek is the illegitimate father?
No, I think he's like a stepfather. Oh. But like, you know, he's stepfather who's, you know, father's not in the picture, so he's the father figure, and Cool Cat considers him a dad. I feel like that's another possibility. I don't think we'll ever know the answer to this.
I hope they explore it in a further installment. I'm looking forward to Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting for the opportunity for Derek Savage to expand on the Cool Cat lore.
Yeah. And he will.
Oh, we know
But anyways,
he will.
last thing about that, yeah. So it's a wolf fursona costume. And yeah, I don't know, is this a furry who's a fan? Or is this a fan who thinks, I'm going to buy a expensive fursuit because I've already thrown enough money to get into this movie, and I'm going to make this count?
I mean,
I don't know. I have to think it's the former.
I mean, there are a couple of other options. This could be a big fan of Cool Cats who said, I have this opportunity. I am going to call up a friend who has a fursuit.
Yeah, possible too.
Or I am going to rent a fursuit. Or I am going to, make a Craigslist ad offering $50 for anyone in a fursuit to take a photo of themselves doing this pose.
Oh, that's another. Oh, I hope
That's probably the most economical option.
Or just take a like, we could see if that image is on Google, that he would just like fursuit selfie and then just send that to Derek Savage, who didn't think to look it up. We can look that up later, and you listeners can also do so. But let's continue.
Yeah, we probably. I if I'm gonna look that up, I'm gonna do it on incognito browsing mode.
Yeah. We're going to keep going. What you want to... So after that, we get these two girls who are the like after Cool Cat, I'd say they're like the Cool Cat's sidekicks, maybe, in this. They hang around him.
They're Cool Cat's kids. They're Cool Cat's kids.
The kids who he saves. Yeah. So he, like, they see the news report. Oh no, there's coronavirus. They're scared. So rather than staying at home, they say, we need to go and find Cool Cat. And so they run outside, and thankfully, Cool Cat's already tootling and boogie-woogieing across their lawn. And so they're like, oh, thank goodness we found you, Cool
I think
Cat.
that was also the first moment that I actively screamed at my television screen.
Yeah.
Because it's like they look at the news, they go, oh no, this coronavirus thing, it's really scary. What should we do? And then the other one says, let's go find Cool Cat. And I'm sitting here like, no. What you can do is you can stay indoors if you're afraid of the coronavirus.
Okay, yeah, but if you have access to somebody who saves kids, wouldn't you go find that person?
I mean,
or cat?
To be fair, Cool Cat does save the kids by the end of the film.
It's spoilers. Sorry, but before he saves the kids,
warning.
Before he saves the kids,
Before he saves the kids, he delivers a whole bunch of safety tips.
Yes.
Just the standard, like, COVID safety tips that you've heard for the past year or more, depending on when you're listening to this episode. The wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands for 20 seconds, wash your hands for the length of time that it takes to sing the happy birthday song twice. And then, do you know what they do, dear listener? They cut directly to my favorite scene in the movie of these...
No, not quite. They go, oh boy, I can't wait to try it. Like, washing their hands is something they've never done before. I just want to mention that. They're like, oh, we got to go try this.
And then they cut to these two young children washing their hands and singing the full happy birthday song twice. And there's two things to note about this scene. One is that neither of these children can sing in a way that is remotely tolerable. It's horrible. It's awful. It's the worst. It's the worst rendition of Happy Birthday that I've ever heard in my life.
Don't bully these kids. That's what Cool Cat tries to stop, Jared.
Look, I have full respect for these children. I have a great deal of sympathy for them, especially looking at this movie in 10 years.
I know. I have sympathy for these children. I have respect for these children. I have neither for these kids' parents who said, you know what would be a great career move for my kids who want to be actors? Starring in this weird man's cat furry movie about the coronavirus.
But the other thing of note is that the Happy Birthday song is copyrighted.
Yeah.
It's
and
a
not
song,
credited either.
It is
anything.
not. I don't think that Derek Savage knows this, because it's not. I don't think it's widely known that the Happy Birthday song is something that is very largely avoided in film and television because there are very expensive royalties attached to it. Mm-hmm. I don't think Derek Savage paid those royalties, and that means that Derek Savage...
lawsuit extraordinaire.
Derek Savage, lover of copyright law, has a potential copyright lawsuit on his hands.
Yeah.
And that is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
And that raises the question, is this video going to get taken down in a couple weeks?
That was what we were talking about earlier.
That's what we were referring to.
I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube, because I think that, yeah, they, like, I don't know why he didn't just throw another song in. My theory is he was all songed out after writing the 3 bangers that you hear in this movie. But we'll get to those.
But there would have been
to those soon.
There would have been a perfectly good opportunity to write the, like, Cool Cat tells you to wash your hands song.
Yeah, that's
just 20 seconds
everybody
long.
would sing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can start. I would sing it while I was washing my hands.
Yeah. I don't know if those kids can rap though, and that's all that Daddy Derek can write. Anyways, so after that, there are a few more safety tips, but then Dirty Dog comes in for he actually meets Cool Cat, and he's like, he doesn't quite like run up to him or anything. We get the confrontation that we've been waiting for, where he gets a water balloon, and he says, I'm going to hit him with this water balloon because cats hate getting wet. And then he says, and you know what? And this is where we can canonically say that he has coronavirus, because he says, and I'm going to cough on this balloon so he also gets coronavirus.
I think he says that the water in the water balloon is actually full of coronavirus.
No, he coughs on the water balloon.
On the water balloon.
He coughs on the water balloon in order to give him coronavirus. Jeez. And then he throws a water balloon, and of course it just kind of, like, on the side of the frame blows up nowhere near Cool Cat or the kids. And then Cool Cat just mercilessly bullies him.
Cool Cat and the kids.
Yes.
Champions of anti-bullying bully Dirty Dog.
Yeah.
They bully Dirty Dog.
And Dirty Dog runs away, angrily saying, like, I'm going to get you, Cool Cat, blah, blah, blah.
And Cool Cat and the kids are like, you throw like a girl. And they scream that at poor,
No.
innocent, dirty dog.
No, not like a girl, like a sissy girl.
Right.
You know, like all those nice kids say.
Like all the nice kids say.
Yeah.
And
But now I'm going to leave you the next scene because I think you loved this. We both loved this
it.
next scene.
I loved it.
But
And then Cool. So after this, Cool Cat proceeds to rap. He raps like there's no tomorrow. He raps with his two kids, and I don't think a single pair of lines in this entire song rhymed with one another. It is the most awkward thing to experience.
And to be clear, none of the 3 verses and 3 sets of choruses rhymed.
And not only that, they also weren't on beat.
No.
I have a couple of the lyrics written down. I think you do too. One of my favorites was, "Wash your hands for 20 seconds, like all rappers do."
Yeah. And I liked also, because Cool Cat wants to make it clear that he speaks for all rappers. But he also says that all rappers know that Cool Cat has the righteous safety tips.
I also enjoyed the part where he says, or where he raps, "Cool Cat Saves the Kids is the coolest movie, go watch it."
Yeah.
And I especially love that he promotes the original version that is no longer available, not Cool Cat Kid Superhero, the re-edited version.
And I think, I'm just trying to think beat-wise, would Cool Cat Kid Superhero have fit better in the line?
I have no idea.
No, it's the same number. Is it? Wait. No, it's one more beat, which would have made the rhyme actually almost work more. If you'd done the new title.
But
Yeah.
I'll let you continue to the next wonderful scene.
Oh, yes. Well, so after that, after Cool Cat does his 3-minute rap, we're like, okay, we've just hit the peak of this movie. But we realize we're only halfway through this masterpiece.
Such a masterpiece.
And we get Dirty Dog accosting a child playing with like a How to Train Your Dragon toy, I think it was. And he runs up to this kid who I'm not even sure knew he was being filmed. He seemed very perturbed by this dog in a way that I'm not sure was acting. But yeah, Dirty Dog just kind of like runs and coughs right in his face and then runs away laughing, as dirty dogs do. And then he goes, "You know what, that makes me want to rap too." and
then
he
raps.
then raps for another 2.5 minutes. And of course, I want to stress that both of these raps are Derek Savage, and both of them. And this one, though, does have a rhyme, and it's right off the top, and it's, "I'm Dirty Dog, I'm the baddest there is. My coronavirus rhymes are the best there is," which is, of course, the best rhyme in any rap song.
It's amazing.
And if this was a rap battle, who wins?
Dirty Dog.
Yeah. Just on that line alone, right there, Cool Cat is dead. Cool Cat has been buried by that sweet, sweet rhyme. Because there's so much more in the Dirty Dog song about how much he hates kids, how much he hates Cool Cat. He does like 3 cartwheels, like 3
There's some
full cartwheels. There's some acrobatics. Like, it's hard to do cartwheels while rapping. Like, it'd be more impressive if it'd be more impressive if he was rapping on beat while doing cartwheels and not like. And I think it'd be also more impressive if we didn't know that it was obviously not Derek Savage in the suit, but just Derek Savage doing the voice.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was Dirty Dog.
I'm sorry.
100% of that was Dirty Dog. He was credited Dirty Dog as Dirty Dog.
But it was credited as Derek Savage as Dirty Dog's voice.
But it was Dirty Dog as Dirty Dog. Dirty Dog was Dirty Dog, Eric. Get it. Dirty Dog was Dirty Dog. The dirtiest dog is Dirty Dog. Dirty Dog is the dirtiest dog of all the dogs that ever dirtied a dirty dog.
I know. I get it. He's the baddest there is. And his coronavirus rhymes are the best there is. I know. Don't worry.
So after Dirty Dog finishes rapping, for how long did you say? 2.5 minutes?
2.5 minutes, yeah.
He proceeds to catch a coronavirus out of the air, a single coronavirus out of the air, and he says, "I'm gonna add my magic sauce." And he takes a bottle of, like, barbecue sauce and pours it on the coronavirus particle that he caught out of the air, the single coronavirus. Mm-hmm. And then the coronavirus grows big, and it turns into a coronavirus ball.
And then...
and then the kids say, "Oh no, it's a coronavirus ball, and it's attacking us."
And then Cool Cat is like, "Okay, don't worry, I save kids." I don't know if that's exactly the line, but it's something along those lines. And as this, like, CGI, like, the ball becomes like a CGI ball. Like, originally, it looks like a paper mache moon you'd make in science class that somebody has jammed earplugs into. And then he just kind of throws it, and then it kind of, like, hovers in the air until Cool Cat punches it, and it explodes into dust in a way that the special effects make it very clear that the child who is not wearing a mask would have inhaled all of the dust particles from the giant coronavirus ball. Because I want to also mention, we didn't mention this earlier, but Cool Cat says, "Oh, guys, I forgot my mask at home." You don't do that, though. And the one kid is wearing a mask, but the other kid is not, and never does at any point in this movie, even when hugging Cool Cat after inhaling the dust from the coronavirus ball. This movie has everything.
And then after that, we start winding down because that was the climax. That was the narrative climax of this motion picture. And then after that, we get Dirty Dog's, like, begrudging, like, "Oh, Cool Cat, I'll get you next time." And then we get our cliffhanger.
See, I don't know if it was a cliffhanger. I still feel like it's more what I said, where Dirty Dog says, like, "Yeah, I'll get him next time," like a Scooby-Doo villain.
But he does specify, "I'll get you next time. You know what Cool Cat loves? Schools. You know what I'm gonna do? Something to do with schools." And then
he's like, "I'm gonna come to your school." Yeah.
And he even says, like, "And I'm gonna get you too."
Right at the camera.
But as he's saying all this, text comes up on the bottom of the screen in the most unsubtle way possible. That's like, "Next Cool Cat movie. Cool Cat stops a school shooting." And the poster, the incredibly shitty poster for Cool Cat stops a school shooting, comes up on the, like, bottom right-hand corner of the screen in a way that Derek Savage is questionably proud of.
Yeah.
Because he's shown us this poster before in other YouTube videos of his.
I think he even printed it out to show it to us at one point.
Yeah. It's incredible. I cannot wait for Cool Cat stops a school shooting.
I think you might have to. He put his heart and soul into this movie, and it all comes across on screen. Mm-hmm. But yeah, after that, after Dirty Dog looks right into the camera and says, "And I'm going to get you too," where we're going, okay, I hope that no kids have accidentally stumbled across this video and have somehow stayed around this long. because that's terrifying.
It is actually genuinely terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like an extreme close-up of the dog mask's bulging eyes as he says, "And I'm gonna get you too." Like you, the viewer, child in the audience, Dirty Dog is going to get you. Not only is he going to get you, he is literally going to either infect you with an actual literal deadly virus, or he is going to come to your school and shoot you. That's dark. That school shootings are a real thing that happen to real people in the real world that are actual, genuine, horrifying tragedies, and this movie is treating it like a playground for its anthropomorphized house pets.
My thinking is he's made it so dark because in his next I need funding video, he's gonna be like, listen guys, we can't end it on this. Like, we can't end it on Dirty Dog saying, I'm gonna get you. You need to see the next part where Cool Cat stops him from shooting those kids. And
Eric, I ask you, is that not the literal definition of a cliffhanger?
No, it's not a cliffhanger because I think that what you have here is just like here's what's happening. Like, it's a preview of the next movie. I don't think it's quite a cliffhanger because you know what's going to happen because the title of the movie is Cool Cat Stops a School Shooting. It's right there in the title. You're not like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen in next week's episode.
Next week?
I know what's going to happen in next week's episode.
I hope it comes out next week.
But no, so to wrap up the movie...
We forgot the most important part. We forgot to mention the most important part, where Cool Cat says, right before Dirty Dog's cliffhanger, and I will insist that it is a cliffhanger, he says, and remember, kids, some people have different opinions on the coronavirus, and it is important to respect those opinions. And so after all of this, after Dirty Dog has called, the coronavirus a scam, after he's been very, visibly evil about coughing on a child, and talking about, sheeple and masks are infringing on my freedoms and all that stuff, Cool Cat decides to say, that's a valid thing to believe.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's the message that you're left off with, because right after that, the news anchor comes back and is like, I just got news that Cool Cat fought coronavirus and won. Thank you, Cool Cat. We all love you, Cool Cat. And then we get another rap over the credits. The Cool Cat rap, and I'm pretty sure that was in the last one too. I don't think this is a new one that he's written for this movie. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was in the last one. Or it was definitely the one that was in the trailers that he's been leading into this. So I have heard it before.
I've definitely heard it before.
Yeah, but then at the end of the credits, we also get the teaser for what sounds like the best TV show.
Well, we get a summary, an advertisement of the posters for the Cool Cat movies, the Cool Cat merchandise, the Cool Cat books, and the Cool Cat TV show. Do you want to say it?
Cool Cat flips a house.
Cool Cat flips a house!
No. Cool Cat flips a house, and then in quotes, somebody's quoted here saying, a parent and child bonding show.
What? I want it so bad.
So it's starring Cool Cat and Derek Savage, and it says, where kids learn simple business and home repairs with their parents. And I want it so much.
I want it so much.
I want to know, is he going to, take a house that was, a little derelict and make it market ready, like increase its market value while putting a minimum amount of repair costs into it? Or is he going to just pick up a house and flip it?
Just go full Hulk on this house.
Yeah. Just pick up a full house and just, for some reason, we just get a TV show of Cool Cat just flipping a house.
I hope it's the latter, but it's probably the first one.
Too.
Oh my goodness. And so I have to say, I was hesitant about going through the film beat by beat. And for any viewers who have seen the film already, that may be a bit repetitive. But if it does get taken down, this is a permanent record.
It's true. This is a record that Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus, a film by Derek Savage, existed. This is...
It's
we're
proof.
We're going to send this right to the Smithsonian.
It's proof that it existed.
It's taken down.
It is also... I don't think you mentioned this. It is also said by the news anchor at the end that Cool Cat defeated coronavirus. And that canonically, in the Cool Cat universe, the coronavirus is over and we can all go home now. Or more specifically, we can all leave home now.
Leave home now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an incredible addition. Let's so now that we've outlined the plot beat by beat, let's talk a little bit about what it is that makes Cool Cat such an endearing property.
I want to say I was going into this not entirely sure if Derek Savage was going to pull back, like was going to have done what he did in the first one and said, okay, you know what, people are making fun of this, I've got to kind of change what I'm doing here, like, or if he was going to double down and go in exactly the same style. And like, I was genuinely scared that this was not going to, like, that he was going to try something different and it wasn't going to work. I think what's endearing about it is that there's a genuine sincerity in what he's trying to do here. Like, it's actually, he is trying to make Cool Cat, I don't know if it's actually meant for kids.
No,
I feel like...
I think it is meant for kids.
Yeah, I think it's meant for kids. And I think that part of what makes it so interesting is how it is, like, it should not be shown to kids.
Well,
and I don't think he has any idea what a kid wants to watch.
Well, part of what makes, you're right, part of what makes this so endearing is watching how committed Derek Savage is to this product. And how firmly he believes that this is a message that needs to get out to kids, and how he so clearly wants this IP that he cares so deeply about to become the beloved children's franchise that he always wanted it to be. And I find that genuinely inspiring.
Yeah, I also want to say that, like, a big part of this for me too is that what he lacks in creative talent, he seems to have in self-confidence. The fact that he writes, directs, edits this movie,
and acts,
and then and then stars both as himself, Derek Savage, as Cool Cat, the voice, and as Dirty Dog, the voice. He is in, like, 90% of this. Like, 90% of this is Derek Savage just doing his own thing. And rapping, and, like, that's what this movie is. It's just we watched 20 minutes of Derek Savage.
You know what it reminds me of?
Tommy Wiseau's The Neighbors?
Well, yes, and there's a whole other podcast that we can do on that TV show. But it also reminds me of the movies that I used to make when I was 12 years old. Because there's a sincerity about it, and there is a lack of experience about it.
Yeah.
But there's also a sense of, like, I want to be making this movie because I want to be a person who makes movies. Not because not because I have something that I want to say, not because I this is me telling on my 12-year-old self, like not because I have something I want to say, not because I have a particular interest in the craft or I think I'm especially good at it, but because I want to be a person who makes movies.
But I think that with this, what's interesting about it is there is that element, but he has a crew that's actually there on set with him, and and I say set because it's an actual set where he has gotten actors, and like on the last one he had like actual Hollywood actors, whether or not we want to say that they were like taking a paycheck at the bottom of their career for this. They are actual actors, and there's something to be said for the fact that he isn't just taking his smartphone and making these movies. He wants to put them in the quality that he sees in other movies. Like, he wants to make this look professional.
Yeah.
He's got actual CGI that I want to say wasn't as terrible as it could have been.
It's not the worst CGI that we've seen, by any means.
No.
He's even got that one little behind-the-scenes clip at the very end, like, I think it's post-credits, of him directing Dirty Dog as Dirty Dog catches the single coronavirus out of the air. And it serves to situate him in that, like, in the aura that exists around the directorial role.
Yeah, and I think seeing that does make, like, it gives you more of a sense of that, because you do still have the sense with this one, especially not as much with the like feature. This one is really, you shot this in your backyard. Like, that is how a lot of these kids just doing stuff on their phones would do it, is, okay, I got a backyard I can film in. And he kind of does that. Yeah. And it's pretty obvious that that's what he's doing here, but it's not what's at the front of your mind. It's not the thing that sticks out about what's bad about this movie.
Well, the other thing that sticks out to me about it is a very unique, childlike voice that he captures in his dialogue. Like,
not because Cool Cat is a child and is around children.
And not because Derek Savage is a child. It literally reads like a script written by a child. And I think that, like, I don't mean that as a slight against Derek Savage.
No, but I was just thinking, like, it's written like a script written by a child who thinks he's writing for adults.
But it like, I think it speaks to something, because as adults, we kind of lose that. We lose the ability to speak the same language as children. And the fact that Derek Savage has written a script that, while it makes it, look completely awkward on screen, it reads and sounds like it was written by the people that this movie is made for, namely children. And I don't think
he did say he wanted this in all the schools.
Yeah,
and I think, like, there's something to be said for, like, coming out with that as your intention. Like, I'm putting this up on YouTube for free so that, like, kids can watch this and the teachers can show it in schools. And, like, the fact that he thinks that's actually going to happen is, like, it's a little sad, but there might be somebody who does, and I'm sorry for that teacher and that school and those kids, but
I might show it in a course that I teach one day. Won't be shown to kids.
I don't think that was his intention, but
But I can't get past the way that the dialogue really does sound like the way that children talk when they're playing and making up stories themselves on the fly. And
Yeah.
I think that there is one reading of that that's less favorable, that's like, okay, Derek Savage just can't write a script. And I think that reading is unfair. I think that there is a genuine talent that comes from being able to speak the same language as children, and I think it could potentially speak to a genuine capacity that Derek Savage has for connecting with children that has led him to be so passionate about protecting the kids that he wants to share his childhood imaginary friend, Cool Cat, with those kids.
Yeah, I also think like that's further reinforced by the fact that those kids, like, sure, they're actors who are probably paid to be on this set, but those kids genuinely look like they're actually having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that he made this like a horrible set to be on.
No.
I feel like they actually had fun because he knows how to like interact with kids. Like, I feel like in his heart, he's a children's performer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is a children's performer. I don't think that like filmmaking is his exact talent. I think that some of his overall views I might disagree with. But I can respect the idea that in his heart he wants to be a children's performer, and this is one of the methods that he's doing that. He's making books, he's making movies, he's making a TV show where Cool Cat flips a house with his dad. He's doing all of this for kids, and you know, you can respect it. You could also really enjoy laughing at his movies. And I think like that's what our takeaway is, though.
Like at the end of the day, like two things can be true at the same time. Yeah. I think that these movies are hilarious, and I think that they are hilarious in the exact way that they do not want to be hilarious. But I think that there is, like, I think that part of the reason why they're such a joy to watch is because you see Derek Savage's passion and sincerity coming through. And I find that genuinely inspirational.
Well, again, it's you see his passion and sincerity coming through, and you see his lack of talent also coming through.
Yeah. But
like it's the two things. That's what makes it work. It's both of those. And it's the passion, the sincerity, and the execution.
And it works.
Like
it works.
It works.
It's like,
it works so well.
Love
this.
It is a genuinely pleasurable aesthetic experience. I loved this movie.
Yeah.
I laughed at it for all the wrong reasons, but I loved it. And so, Derek Savage, if you're listening, if you got this far, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for introducing Cool Cat into my life. I am not the target demographic of Cool Cat.
No.
But I am so extraordinarily happy that Cool Cat exists.
We all love you, Cool Cat.
And Cool Cat loves us too. Well, that was Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus. I have been Jared Aronoff. If you would like to hear more thoughts from my voice after this podcast that was like 3 times the length of the movie that it was about, you can find me on Twitter at Jared Aronoff.
And I have been Eric Tish. If you want to hear more of my voice, you can find me boogie woogieing through the streets and teaching kids safety tips. You cannot find me doing that because I'm following the guidelines and doing all of the right things.
Our theme song was composed and performed by the one and only Tarquin Alexandra. You can find her on Twitter at Tark Alexandra, that's TARQ Alexandra, and you can stream her latest EP, A Tyrant's Demise, on Spotify, Apple, or any other music platform of your choice. I recommend it. It slaps.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you say you could. You should.
You should
stream.
It will change your life. even more than Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus. Almost
George
as...
Hartman will love that comparison. But thank you for joining us. We have been Banquet of the Flum Dumpster. I hope you vote.
If the concept were to exist, that I'm to explain, which it doesn't. In hypothetical terms, every form of art has a bucket, a container to categorize the format and style, the greats and the rotten. The podcast that you've just consumed did the work for you by scraping the bottom